Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I am starting to get ready. I'm going to the city for a Cavapoo event where I'm basically going to be teaching pet parents how to care for their dogs at home. I am going to do a Q&A while I get ready, so we're gonna get ready with me. So I had asked you guys on Instagram last week some questions, and about 800 people saw my story and I got like 8 questions, so kudos to that. But it's fine. Some of them are like some in-depth questions, so let's get into it. And I just wanted to show off my bag real quick. I got this from Shein and it's a cute little makeup bag. It has a zipper up here and it's not organized. Nothing in my life is organized. I'm gonna put my hair back. I used to have one of those headband things, but I don't know where it went. First question is, I knew this question was gonna come up, but it's why did you close your shop? Gotta charge my phone. So this was a decision that Charles and I, well, mostly me, was thinking about for a while, since last year, pretty much like a month after my son was born. Me and him started getting a lot of opportunities to travel to work, besides our personal, I need this mirror, besides our personal work that we do with our clients. And it was just like non-stop, and I'm a hard worker. I am. I used to bartend and be a waitress by myself in the city. I used to work weekends. I used to work from like 4 p.m. to like 2 a.m., sometimes 4 a.m. I wouldn't get home till like, like really late. If there was like Cinco de Mayo, because it was a Mexican restaurant, I'll get home at like 5 a.m. and then I'll sleep for a little bit and then I'll go right back to work to open at like 10, 11 a.m. So it's not like it's too much work. It was just mentally like trying to keep a healthy balance, because I realized like there's nothing cool about, I gotta work, I don't get to have a lunch, I don't get to have a this, that, like there's nothing cool about that. So I learned to really try to take care of myself and my mental especially, and spend time with my family and stuff like that. So I was like, you know what, like I can't do this anymore. When I wasn't there, I had to be there. When I was home, trying to enjoy time for myself or like whatever, go out on vacation, phone calls nonstop. I even hired a manager twice. One girl I promoted in there, she did a great job, but the other person I had hired, like I'm like, hey, you're gonna be in charge, like whatever. This was like the final straw for me. And then it was just like nonstop phone calls, problems with clients, and like I just feel like I had a reputation I wanted to keep, and it wasn't that way, because nobody cares about your shop the way you do. So I was just like, you know what, like it's not fair to my employees, and I mentioned this in my other vlog before, that I continue the store and not having my full attention. If I wanted to retire from grooming and just teach, it would have been perfect. Like I would have had my full attention, but I'm still trying to build myself, still learning myself, so many techniques. And I just didn't want opportunities to be ruined. So I was just like, this is too much. Like I can't do it. And then we tried to sell, but that didn't go through. We had a buyer. Everything was ready to go, ready to sign. Keys were going to be handed over. It was going to be a perfect transition. But then our landlords came 3 weeks before and was like, we don't want dog grooming here unless it's not you and Charles. And that could have been like the worst news we heard, because we were originally going to sell it, and for the amount of price that we were going to sell it, we were going to put majority of it on the down payment that needed to be done for the van that they were already building, and then we were going to take like a nice vacation because we were going to be off for 2 weeks. But no, instead I had to figure out where my groomers are going to go, because they needed to find new jobs. We needed to figure out how the hell we're going to get $40,000 and figure out how we're going to get everything out of the shop, clean everything in 3 weeks with appointments that were for the rest of the year. So yeah, but we figured it out. But that's really pretty much why we closed shop. Unless I again retire and I'm just not grooming anymore and I just want to educate, I'll be more than happy to have employees again. But for now, And next question, which I really liked, this one really had me thinking, where do you see yourself in 5 years? I see myself and Charles as well becoming like educators and like traveling and like going to different classes and stuff and teaching them stuff, because that's like ultimately, it was never my goal, but I genuinely enjoy teaching others because I came from corporate, and so like I didn't pay for my thing, which I'm really grateful about, but I definitely see ourselves like teaching and having another business, but I don't think it would involve grooming very much. This looks really bad, but it's gonna blend in. I'm also hoping we get a house, or if not, a really luxury apartment. Still having the van, it's weird to say, I don't know if I see myself 5 years in that van still. Maybe, I mean, I love it, nothing wrong with it, but I'm going to like new things, and I'm like, okay, what's next for me? So that's why I said another business. If I have another business, it'll keep me busy. I had a few people ask me this, so they asked how much do I charge for a small dog. We charge starting $145 for a small dog. That is before tax, and a lot of people do tip, so it's pretty good, $145. And then it goes up from there, but we do charge more for doodles and poodles. Like any curly hair breed, you get an upcharge of $10. And I'll just answer because there was someone else that just asked for pricing period. So I'll give you the base pricing, and then doodles and poodles just add the $10 more. So $145 would be for a small dog. There are like weird medium in between dogs where we're charged like anywhere from like $165 to $180. And then the most we've charged so far for a dog, because the doodle was like huge, was $350. But the guy was loaded, so he played it with no problem and gave a $100 tip. I was like, when would you like to rebook? So this question is kind of like, I mean, it's not weird, but someone asked how did I get so many followers? So funny story, so Reels had just came out that I didn't even know what Reels were. This was 2021, I want to say, like towards the end. And I had posted a video on my grooming page, and Instagram asked, oh, do you want to post this as a reel? And like I rush with everything. Like it's like my biggest downfall, I don't know, my biggest flaw is I rush for no reason. But I've been learning to not rush so much. But so I rushed and I said, yeah. I mean, that was the best mistake I ever made, because when I posted, I was like, oh man, I posted as a reel. And I was like, what's that? And I'm like, oh, it's still on my page. It still shows like a video. So I'm like, oh, I'm just going to leave it. And I posted that at nighttime. And then I woke up to like 1,000 views. It was like 200 and something likes, which wasn't a lot. I mean, it is a lot, but like, especially for me, like when I first started, it was like very early on my grooming page. Like I probably had it for like 6 months. And I was like, oh my God, like this, why did this just randomly pop off? Because before, Instagram didn't really put your stuff out there on anybody's feed unless you were already popping. So I was like, oh shoot, like what the heck? And then I was like trying to figure out, and then I realized that it was the real thing. And so I started posting more, and then I guess since I already got traction off of that one, I was like getting traction off of every one. It would fluctuate, but I would always have like 80 likes, 57 likes, but I wasn't used to having any more than 20 likes on my stuff. So it was like really fun. And then people started doing like skits and stuff, but like for other communities. So like I would consider myself like one of the first in the grooming industry that did like the little skits and stuff like that, because that's what I used to do a lot. And I think that's why a lot of groomers latched on to me a lot, because nobody else was doing it in the industry besides very few people. There were very few people that were. And then that's how I basically built my following. But I got most of my traction. So this is the thing. If you're starting out in a grooming page and you like really want to pop off, like besides your grooming, you really need to latch on to pet parents. Like find a way to get pet parents or like anybody that's not a groomer, because unfortunately like that's where the business is and the followers are. Because I got majority of my followers too from pet parents, from posting like matted videos, like a dog extremely matted, and then you get like a lot of controversy and stuff, but you get a lot of engagement. This one threw me off. Someone said, what is your McDonald's order? I always get nuggets. I've been digging the $5 meals, which is like a small fries, a high C, a McChicken, and nuggets. But I've been nuggets have always been my thing. I've never had a fast food burger ever from anywhere. Burger King, Wendy's, McDonald's, never. It's just like, I'm like, excuse me out. Someone asked, what are some challenges I overcame? And I had to think about that, because I'm like, I don't consider like a lot of things like challenging, because I'm one that like, I'll go through something and I'll be like, there's somebody out there going through worse. So like, I always like look at the better picture and like, okay, well, at least, you know, that didn't happen to me. So I never like consider anything traumatizing that happened to me as traumatizing, because I'm always like, it could be worse. But something I am proud of that I overcame was my anxiety that got really bad. I got it in 5th grade. My first panic attack. We won't get into that, but I basically like didn't want to leave my house. I didn't want to do anything. Then I got better, it went away, and then it came back to the point where like I didn't want to drive by myself. I didn't want to go to a store by myself. I didn't want to take public transportation. I'm still fighting airplanes and stuff, but one of the concerns Charles had when we were going mobile was, you know, you're gonna have to work by yourself. And I'm like, yeah, I know, like I'll be okay. Like I'm like, you know, it's just something that I know. I'm like, that one hurt. It's just something that I know that I just like have to do. So I was like, yeah, I know, like it's fine. This one's not that sticky. There's some days where like I feel like myself, like, okay, like I feel weird, I feel like I'm gonna, you know, have a panic attack, but because I do have a severe panic attack disorder that I've learned it's something that's never gonna go away, and you just have to deal with it and find ways to cope with it, and I have found my way to cope with it. But elevators, everything. So I just really need to hone in and get on a plane, and then I'm gonna be happy. I'll probably cry. Last 2 questions. So someone said, how did I meet Charles? So Charles actually got transferred from another PetSmart, and that was like far from mine. And so that's how we met. We met in PetSmart, and he was my manager, but he was outside. I was in the salon. Oh, and imagine I just walk out with just one eyelash. I'm like, okay, only take pictures on this side. What a difference eyelashes make. Jeez. Okay, last question is, how is it working with your husband? It's good. It is. It's fun. The day goes by. It's very helpful having someone with you in mobile, but there are times where you just like butt heads and disagreeing on stuff, disagreeing on things. But overall, it's a fun experience to have, and we can't wait for our son to go into school so that we can just work 5 days a week together, or maybe 4 days. We'll probably just want to work 4 days at that point. Ah, I love eyelashes. I feel like it just like makes everything better. I would love to get professional eyelashes done, but I can't, because after like 2-3 days, I'm just like, I just rip them all out. I do very like simple. I would love to do like extra looking makeup like other people, but I don't know how to do that. And every time I actually get the energy to do my makeup, I'm like, I don't want to mess up. So, but I think it's pretty subtle. It's not too much. I'm gonna get dressed. I'm gonna do my hair. I'm gonna have like a slick back look, because I'm gonna wear a scarf and everything today. So I'm like, I don't want anything in my face. I gotta pick up some tools and head down there. This is my outfit for the day, and my cat screaming in the back. So we're officially on our way. I had to stop by the van because, well, we had to stop by the van. Well, he had to stop by the van. Because as always, I forget everything. I'm never prepared, and I forgot the tools to basically do a demo. So we had to stop by. Thankfully, it's on the way down to the city, so it's not terrible, but keep saying but. Not terrible. We got 40 minutes till we get there. Hopefully we don't hit traffic on the way down. We're planning to just walk around a little bit.
Get coffee.
Get for him.
Get coffee.
I want to try this coffee. I thought he fell off his bike. That would have been awesome. Oh my gosh. I was like, did he fall off? But I'm not going for the coffee. I'm going because they showed some bomb ass cookies, and I'm like, We bought cosmic brownies this morning from the supermarket, and I was gonna have one, but I was like, I'm gonna save it. I should have brought water.
Get bougie snacks instead of the hood snacks.
Yeah. Gotta love New York traffic. That shit went up a whole another almost 10 minutes.
Yeah, man.
That is so New York. Bagel and pizzas. You think it slaps?
I don't know.
I'm gonna hope they don't give us a ticket for that. And we made it. We have a few minutes as well, like 30 minutes to spare, so we're gonna get coffee and stuff. But
I said white piece in my pocket. Tell me your dad without telling me.
This is the place. There was another place that I saw that I was like, I kind of want to try. Starting with Chip City over there. This looks so big. You want to try one?
How's it cool?
Chocolate on my teeth. And I just had somebody come up to me and say that they only came to learn from me, so that made my day. I've been creeping, making sure we don't get a ticket. Although I can't even see from this far, so that was actually pretty dumb of me. Okay, so we just finished the event. What?
Nothing.
We just finished the event. It was really fun. I wish I could record, but I was just way too focused, and Charles was helping me out. But it was really fun. We're gonna head back home now. It's 50 minutes to get home. I kind of miss the city.
Yeah, me too.
It's like I want to stay.
I'm ready to go home.
Really?
Oh, right now you're talking?
Yeah.
No. I wouldn't live here though.
Yeah. Like, I would like to walk around more, but
Yeah.
we're coming back December 8th. Because
Yeah.
we're doing, after the other seminar we're doing, we're going to walk around the city and see the holiday lights.
Yeah.
But that pretty much sums up this video. I mostly wanted to do the Q&A, and I just added this because I'm like, why not? So thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you for my next video.